Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, Loretta Lynn's home. We are sitting on, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe a restoration of an old village, maybe a ranch. A lot of neat things to see. This is the entry to Loretta Lynn's home. 6,500 acres that she calls home. She spends a lot of time here when she's not traveling. She still travels a lot. At 75 years old, she is on the road almost constantly. We were lucky enough to get front row tickets to this year's event. She does 3 concerts here at her home in May, July, and September. This September, they will be celebrating 50 years of Loretta Lynn singing on the Grand Ole Opry. Can you imagine that? Let me take you through a little bit of what you will see when you come to Hurricane Mills. The facility is incredible. Her home is absolutely gorgeous. There is a tour available for $12. You can go into her museum, 18,000 square feet. It is so beautiful and so incredible. And memorabilia from everybody that ever had anything to do with country music, and quite a few rock stars too. Dew's truck that you will absolutely love, Loretta Lynn's Mercedes that you will certainly love, and some of the beautiful, beautiful clothes that she wore. It is a great, great way to spend a day. You can call it a daycation, you can call it a day trip, you can come and spend the weekend. Do like we do. Stay in the motorhome for a couple of days. 125 full hookup campsites that don't have full hookups but have water and electricity. Just an amazing, amazing place. Come and enjoy a little bit of Loretta Lynn's, her home. This is home to Loretta Lynn, Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. I want you to sit back now and enjoy a little bit of music by Loretta Lynn, a little bit of scenery. You will see her home. It is so beautiful. We can't take you inside. No cameras allowed. But please plan a trip to come and be with this family. What an amazing, amazing family. Most of the Lynn children live right here near the property. You will get to meet some of them today. You will meet Betty Sue. You will meet Cissie Lynn, and you will see Ernest Ray singing on stage with his mom. Sit back now and let's take a trip to Hurricane Mills. First thing you see is Loretta Lynn's restaurant up on the hill.
Loretta Lynn Kitchen.
Then the next thing you see is Betty Sue's Flea Market.
Lynn Family Flea Market.
Now, Betty Sue, how long have you been here?
10 years.
10 years, okay. As Loretta's, are you the oldest child?
I am the oldest child.
Okay. As the oldest child, did you have to take care of the rest of those youngins?
Yes.
Yes. Do you like those youngins today?
Some of them.
I know. See, I was the older sister.
Yes, I
do. Well, I was the older sister. The older one always gets the stuff.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Now, and your mom is only, 15 years older than you?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
was it like having a mom-daughter relationship, or?
Yes, we were more like sisters than we were like mother-daughter, I'd say.
Now, you've been here 10 years. In 10 years, you've had a pretty good, successful business.
Yes,
I
enjoy it.
Without problems until May.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Tell us a little bit about it. The flood of 2010, the flood that devastated Nashville, devastated us here too. We had about 20 inches of rain in 24 hours, and everything went underwater.
And we have to say, we are very near the Duck River.
About a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile to the Duck.
Okay.
And the cornfields flood, which makes for wonderful farmland. I mean, we're happy that the Duck floods, but this time it was just a little more than usual.
Was anybody expecting what happened?
No, not. I don't know how you could expect that kind of that much water. It was just more than's ever been.
Was there anything you could do to stop what happened to devastate your business?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. Just you're thankful that you're alive. You're thankful that everyone you know is alive. And I was concerned about my cat. He spent 3 days on top of the roof of the barn, and
cat on a hot tin roof.
Cat on a hot tin roof, and he lost.
We ought to make a movie.
He lost a little weight, but he was all right. And and everybody, it was devastating to everyone in the area. But
were you the business hit the hardest?
I don't know that I was the business hit the hardest. I was, hit hard because we went all the way underwater, but
And
a
we
lot of
can
businesses
show
were
marks
hurt.
on the wall. I mean, I can see the marks on the wall. They're taller than I am.
Yes.
I'm 5'4".
Yes, there was
So-
a good 10 foot of water or 12 in here. So.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we just didn't expect it. It had never flooded. I'm not even in the 100-year flood zone.
Can we talk about this 1700-year building? I mean,
Well,
it's an amazing building.
this old barn was built in the late 1700s, early 1800s. The area along the Duck River probably was populated before Waverly or Hurricane Mills because of the river was used for transportation.
Right, probably an Indian village?
There was Indian villages, yes, there were, but also and then the white settlers came and farmed this land along the rivers. It was good farmland, still is.
Yeah. Now, 10 years you've been here. Have you developed relationships? Because while I've been here visiting with you, people come in who know you and who come back to see you. Is that a big deal?
Yes, they come every year. They come to the ranch and they come down and visit with me, and a lot of Mom's fans become friends.
Right.
You know, they're just like family, a lot of them.
Well, yesterday when I got here, you had some blackberries that were picked on the porch. Yeah, and I gave you my recipe for a blackberry cobbler, which is so simple.
And we're going to try that.
It is so simple. It is so simple. And one of the things about your mom, she led a very simple life in the early years. Do you today lead a simple life?
Yes, and my parents, even in the later years, even during her career, liked simple things. They liked garden. They liked the fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. And yes, we do. We still like that. I prefer that.
Yeah, let's talk about your children. Are they involved in your business?
Yes, my daughter works here at the store with me. My other daughter worked for Saturn for several years, and now she's going to be down here helping me too. So it is family owned and operated.
And you're open April through November?
April through November.
9 to 5?
9 to 5.
Friday, Saturday,
and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I bought a treasure here. I bought a beautiful platter. When I was visiting your mom's house, she had a plate collection. I love plates and I love old china, but I have to have pink roses on them.
I like china too.
You had a beautiful platter with a pink rose on it. Your mom autographed it
Yes.
in gold. I love this. So it's my treasure. That's what I'm taking back from Betty Sue's flea market. I also bought a plate from up at your mom's place that kind of matches that one. And I said, you know, you can come in here and you can find a treasure for as little as $5.
Yes, you can. Our prices from $2 up. I mean, I do have expensive antiques, but I also have things that just for gifts that people can buy.
Well, let me tell you what our pride was. Yesterday, Gail and Fran bought those $5 fans that your mom autographed. Honey, last night at that concert, when it was 105 degrees in that building, that fan was worth $50. Betty said you can get $50.
Absolutely.
It was awesome. The concert was amazing. We saw your twin sisters, Peggy and Patsy, singing. We got to see Cissie. Me, personally, I like Cissie. I think she's so close to your mom in voice.
She is, and she's got a lot of energy, and she
does.
She sings very country. She has a
She's
she
a
does,
little bit country.
She does.
Yeah,
she
and I
does
love
a
that.
good job.
I love that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think we got to see one of your nieces last night. She's 11.
Patsy's daughter.
Yeah.
And I have not heard her sing, but I understand she does very well.
Yeah, and did the guitar too.
Yes.
She took Ernest Ray's guitar and she played that.
Very good.
We were poor, but we had love. My daddy worked all night in the Van Leer coal mines.
Okay, siblings. How many of the siblings are still involved in this home area?
Well, Patsy lives in Kingston Springs, and then Peggy has a farm in Goodlettsville. In fact, it was the original place that Mom and Daddy moved to when we first came to Nashville.
From Washington State?
Well, we lived in Madison for a while, and then we moved to Goodlettsville. And Peggy and her husband have a organic farm.
Oh, wow.
And they grow a lot of vegetables and flowers and have animals, and it's called Madison Creek Farms. And then Patsy, Patsy does a lot of Mom's management, a lot of the booking and things like that. So, and Cissie, of course, has her store.
And last night we had Cissie's potato salad, her southwestern chicken salad, her
I
corn
love the
relish.
southwestern
I love
chicken
it. It was
salad.
so good. And the corn relish. And you know what we had that was really, really good? And I was a little bit surprised by this. We all went, I don't know if we're going to like this or not. That sweet and sour coleslaw. It was great.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. You'll have to try the smoked sausage sandwich.
Oh, wow. She
Next
told me
time.
she was making some of those
That's
when I went to interview her.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Now, are you also a good cook?
I don't cook I think Sis cooks a lot more than I do. I used to cook a lot, but I don't cook as much anymore.
Okay, let's go through the children's names. All of you have 2 names.
I'm Betty Sue.
Okay.
There was Jack Benny.
Right.
Ernest.
Who passed away.
Jack passed away on horseback. Horseback riding accident.
Right.
Ernest Ray.
We've seen him several times.
Sissy's real name is
Yes.
Clara Marie.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
And
is.
then Patsy, Eileen, Peggy Jean.
Uh-huh.
And I think did I forget any of them?
I think you got
I
it.
hope I didn't
I
forget
think
any
you
of them. I'll be in
Now,
trouble.
let's talk a little bit about Patsy. She was named after Patsy Cline.
Yes, she was.
And when your mom lost her best friend, Patsy Cline, did she bounce back, or did she talk about the depression she went
was
through?
very traumatized because she, coming to Nashville was a big move for her too. She didn't really know anybody, and the people in the industry, she hadn't made that many friends.
And she was the new kid on the block.
New kid on the block, and Patsy befriended her. And I think that it meant a great deal to her, and they were very good friends. And
Well, we went to the crash site when Patsy lost her life, and to me, it is very sad and almost gut-wrenching that that's all there is left.
I know.
There needs to be a tribute to Patsy Cline.
I think so too. Some kind of a monument there, because
There's a rock.
yes,
it's just
but
a rock.
it's not. It's not.
It's not what it needs to be.
I know a lot of fans have even gone out there and cleaned up the site, litter and
very
stuff. So
devastating,
the fans would really love to have.
Maybe the state of Tennessee could get involved.
That would be very good.
Yeah,
That would
because
be
Patsy
very good.
Cline was the woman who broke. She broke no.
She did break a
She
lot
did.
of records for a lot of the female singers.
She did. Now, we want to welcome people to come to you. You go I-40 to exit what?
143.
Okay.
Head
And you're about 2 miles off the interstate?
3 miles.
3 miles off the interstate, and open April to November.
Exactly.
And we've got some shots. You have lead crystal, you have primitive tools, you have beautiful, you had some quilts that were lost in the storm.
Yes, I will have those things again.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me a little time to get back on my feet, but we have everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just I had one time I was gonna call it a hillbilly emporium, and my mother wouldn't let me. She says, "What is that?" And I says, "It's a store that has everything."
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your mom's history at Butcher Holler. You love the place. I've been there. I absolutely love it.
I do.
I love the people. I love the community. It is
do too.
so wonderful. How can we encourage people to take a trip there?
They do take a lot of trips there. And my uncle, Mom's brother, Herman, he loves the visitors. He'll
That's
sit
so
and
much
visit
fun.
with them.
Yeah.
And he is such a sweetie pie. And it's a lot, it's walking back in time a little bit for me. And I really love the thing that I remember the most is the smell of coal in the air in the cold weather in November when it would fall off cold. You could smell the coal in the air, and I remember sitting around that coal grate keeping warm, and you'd turn from one side to the other to get the other side warm. But it was family.
Did you ever get to spend time with your mom's family
Sure.
before they passed away, like your grandmother?
Sure.
Okay, tell me a little bit about Loretta's mom.
She was mean as a rattlesnake.
No!
She was 4'11".
She looked very stern. In
She
the
wasn't
movie.
stern. She wasn't stern. She was Native American,
Okay.
and did not show a lot of affection. To show affection, she would give you something. She always wanted to give you something. Every time you'd come, she'd give you something or feed you. And
but not a hug.
No,
Not a hug.
no.
Okay.
And she could make you mind over the telephone.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you just knew that she meant what she said.
My grandmother had a finger. I always wondered what was in that finger because all she had to do was point that finger, and
Absolutely.
I'm cool.
I Probably, I spent a lot more time with my father's family than I did my mother's family. And my dad's dad was a real true-to-life prospector, and he prospected the Rocky Mountain chain up in Washington and Canada.
So is that why your dad chose to go to Washington?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, originally.
I never knew. I thought,
Yes.
why would he take his family that
Because
far? Because
his dad, they had gone up there, gold rush.
Okay.
And so, and then Daddy, it's beautiful up there, and Daddy loved it, and when he got out of the service, he did not want to work, I got cat hair on me. He didn't want to work in the mines, and so he went back up there and went to work on a dairy farm, worked in the logwoods, did a lot of different things.
Wow. Well, your dad, I understand, had amazing work ethics.
He had amazing ethics, period. He was very, his word was the law. If he told you something, that's exactly the way it was going to be. And even the local people loved him. And he would, if Daddy got his hay in and it was going to rain, and one of the other farmers hadn't got their hay in yet, he would take his whole crew and go over and help get the hay in.
Wow.
He was just that kind of a person. He was a very good man.
And your dad, quite honestly, is responsible for your mother's career.
150%.
Yeah. Did you ever see a time that he thought, I'd like to just sit down and rest? Or did he ever give in to that?
I think, I don't think that either one of them realized the cost that it would involve with their lives, because basically they gave up their entire life for this career. And I think at one point in time I asked him if he would do it over again, and he said no.
Yeah. I would think that.
Because it's a tremendous cost.
Absolutely.
And you have to really weigh, is it worth it?
Okay, at 75 years old, your mother is still touring. Would you like for your mother to be sitting here on the porch with you?
I'd like for her to do what she wants to do.
Okay.
I think her touring and the people who love her keep her alive. And if that keeps her alive, I want her to tour for another 100 years.
Yeah.
I want whatever she does to be her decision.
Now, you can sing a little bit. You sing a little bit lower, not high key. Cissie sings real country.
I sing real country too.
Yeah. Peggy and Patsy sing a little bit. I would almost call them rock and roll. What do you think about what they do?
I think it was the different age, the different times, the different influences that we had growing up. Mom, of course, was my biggest influence, and Sissie's too. So.
Did you like Kitty Wells?
I loved Kitty Wells.
Love Kitty Wells.
I love Hank Williams, Hank Snow, Sonny James, Ernest Tubb. I love all the old entertainers. They're so wonderful.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure spending time with you. I look forward next year. We've come 3 times this year. We're only coming 1 time next year.
All right.
So we're going to limit ourselves, but we want to don't limit yourselves to a trip to Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Please come by and meet Betty Sue. Spend some time with her. Spend some money here with her. She's got a little bit of everything from $2 up. It is a great step back in time, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a great step back in time. Stop by and see Betty Sue.
Well, I'm a rodeo lady, following all the cowboys. Find myself a real one that'll stay and won't run, ain't looking for around.
Welcome to Cissie Lynn's Country Store. Every time we come here to visit, we have to stop and visit with Cissie Lynn. Now, talk about a great cook. She'll have some homemade potato salad. She'll have some homemade chicken salad. She'll have so many good things to sell to the campers. She's an awesome, awesome lady, and she will be singing in concert with her mom every time there's a concert here on the property. Then Miss Cissie and her husband John sing for you too. You'll get to meet her. You'll get to know a little bit about her, but be sure when you come camping at Hurricane Mills that you stop at Cissie's store and you get to know a little bit about this amazingly hard-working, great woman. Let's run inside and see what Cissie's cooked today. Welcome back to Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. We're visiting with Cissie Lynn, and something smells so good. Is it the potato salad? Is it the BLT? Is it the coleslaw? Cissie, what have you been cooking?
Everything. We cook everything. Everything we make, we cook to order. So
Smells so good in here.
It does. We just fixed 2 smoked sausage sandwiches and fried bologna.
Oh, fried bologna, fried bologna. We are near your mom's ranch.
Yes.
Now, this is your second store. You used to have a small store up in the campground?
Up in the campground.
Okay.
And we closed it and moved over here.
This is big time.
Yeah.
This is big time.
Yeah.
You also have, what do we call this, the music barn?
Music barn, museum, gift shop, all wrapped in one.
Pictures, incredible pictures, such a history, such a
Yeah.
history. Let's talk a little bit about a photo of you. You were drop dead gorgeous.
I still clean up good.
Yes, you do.
I still can.
Now, touring, what was that like?
I loved that. I love the singing. I love to entertain. Business part of it ain't worth having.
No.
But you know, the everybody I got to open for so many people. Got to open for Conway. I mean, I was
Cissie,
lucky.
what was that like?
Well, you know, it was funny because at first it kind of hurt my feelings because he didn't even speak to me.
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
like, you have sung with Mom all these years and you're not going to... But Conway was shy.
Really?
And then after the show, that's when he, you know,
Okay.
acknowledged and stuff. But I think it's, you know, I don't know. It's just, I think was just a shy person. But
Nobody knew that about him.
No, but he was a really... I mean, he loved Mom.
The best duo in country music history, your mother and Conway Twitty.
Yep.
Never got any better than that.
No.
And I think when that was lost, maybe lost forever.
It lost, well, all the duets are lost. They don't have such a thing as duets anymore. They have conglomerations
Could
or
we
whatever.
have Cissie Lynn and somebody? Who can we put Cissie Lynn with?
Well, my husband does a pretty dang good job of singing.
John, where's John?
Well, right now he's still sleeping. He works
Okay,
nights.
okay.
And he works security on Mama's ranch.
Okay.
And now he'll be down at the show tonight. So
Looking so forward to tonight's show, and we will be sitting front row. I'm so excited.
You're lucky.
I'm so excited.
You're lucky.
Well, you know, we killed 3 people, and we buried 4, and then we've hung 2 just to get these front row seats.
And did you know the law is called looking for you
Yes,
also?
I know. Don't tell them we're in that really big
We're
RV
going to be on
out
the
there.
front row because the chief of police actually works the front of the stage.
We're so excited. We've made
It'll be
many
great.
trips up here, never got front row seats. This is going to be
you-
incredible.
Yeah.
We want to encourage people to come here to Hurricane
Yes.
Mills. Come and stop and see Betty Sue
Oh, yeah.
first. Spend a little bit of money up there. Save the bulk of your money to come down here and buy all your groceries.
And eat. We
That's
can
right.
feed. I can feed you whatever. You know.
You can do tour buses coming in
Oh,
here.
yes.
You can feed a whole busload,
Yes,
can't you?
and have done. And then I've done them 30-minute shows.
Right.
You know, so they got the cook
Uh-huh.
and the entertainer wrapped up
She's
in one.
got it all. You've
What
got it
more can you
all.
ask for?
You are a little bit of Doolittle Lynn and a whole lot of Loretta Lynn. Talk about your parents.
It's hard for me on words with them. You know, my daddy was my life.
Daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
When I lost him, I lost 5 years of my life, actually. It was like I just went nuts, you know.
Wow.
And it took me a while to pull up my boots and say, girl, you put it back
gotta go
together
on.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom, I can't imagine life without her. You know, I worried about our family staying together.
Right.
And, but Mom has flat kept us all together.
And
And-
tonight we will see family.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be nieces, granddaughters.
You
Ernest
never
Ray,
know.
it'll
Lots
be
of
unbelievable.
sometimes Crystal Gale comes, Peggy Sue comes. I mean, Mom never knows. The kids, all of us kids are always there. If she needs us, we're there. You know, and
We heard you sing last time we were here.
Yep, I
You
got a
sang,
big mouth, don't I?
And I still think you sing more like your mom than anybody.
I
You
think
do.
I'm
You've got-
country,
you've nailed
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
country. I tell everybody I'm a better entertainer than I am a singer. You know, I'm a good singer. I'm not a great singer, but I love people and I
Right.
love to entertain. And I guess for me, singing is I have to sing, and what I sing, I feel.
Someday, and with this 6-piece band, my mama is the coal miner's daughter.
We're standing in front of a 1911 bridge that was completely destroyed by the floods that came through Nashville. in early May. This is an amazing sight. This bridge was built in 1911. It will never be the same. Hurricane Mills will never be the same. But 7 weeks later, open. Business is great. Folks are piling in from everywhere, from New York to Canada to Illinois. We've met so many people. This is an amazing tribute to a living legend, Miss Loretta Lynn, how hard people came together and worked to restore Hurricane Mills back to the grandeur that we were used to seeing when we came here many times. It's an amazing trip, but don't forget, when you come to Hurricane Mills, stop by and see what's left of the 1911 bridge.
I guess for me, singing is I have to sing, and what I sing I feel. And it comes from the heart. And I think that's what's always been for Mom.
I think that's why you're still here. You know, Cissie Lynn could do anything in the world, and you choose to operate a store on your mom's property.
No, it's my property.
Well, okay, near your mom's ranch. Okay.
It was a gift from Mom, but it belongs to Cissie.
Okay. But it is truly about family.
Yes.
It is about family.
Oh, yeah. My locals, you know, in the summertime, we have the tourism, but my locals have blessed me to no end. You know, they are awesome people that live around here. They've been good to me, and they've
You're open
supported me.
year-round?
Yes, year-round, 6 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Wow. Now, is your husband involved in this business or just working with
No,
Mom?
he's involved in this and then works nights for
And
Mom.
we're going to show a photo of you and John. Handsome man.
Yes.
Now, tell me a little bit about him.
Well, actually, he worked singing as over at Mom's on the ranch years before I ever knew him.
Wow.
You know, and then once we met, we dated for a while and then ended up getting married, and it's been that way ever since.
Now, you have 2 children, and I understand the son could sing if he would.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that boy?
He makes a better living doing what he's
Okay,
doing.
okay, nothing wrong with that boy.
Exactly. Nothing's wrong with that boy.
No.
You know, he sings like Vince Gill. He's just an awesome singer.
Wow.
But he works in the business industry and is excellent. In fact, he is enrolled in Emory College in Georgia right now, getting his master's. So,
Wow,
yeah.
wow, smart kid.
And my daughter has blessed me with 2 of the beautifulest grandchildren you could ever have in your life, a little boy and girl. So I feel like I'm lucky.
It's all about family, isn't it?
Oh yeah. If you hadn't got family, you ain't got nothing, honey.
Now, when your daddy left here and went to be with the Lord, your mama had a lot to handle. Did Mama need your support during that time?
I think everybody's. She kind of locked herself away for about a year. And then, you know, decided the same thing I did. It just took me a little longer.
Right.
That, you know, you can't just give up.
No.
Because they're not going to want you to do that.
That's right.
They're going to be mad at you.
Your daddy would be pushing your mama, saying, "Go, Loretta, go, go, go."
Well, what he would do is he'd say, "Loretta, you give your word. Now you're going to do it."
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it is.
Let's talk about Mom's comeback. We talked about, I love Garth Brooks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love him as a man. As an
do too.
entertainer, you either love him or you don't
Right.
like him. I love him. He is an awesome man. Talk about what he did for your mama.
When Mom come back out on the road after Daddy had died, he filled her dressing room. And I'm talking probably 40, 50 dozen roses. When
Isn't that
she
amazing?
opened the door to her dressing room, you couldn't even get in her dressing room for all
What do you
those
think the
roses.
florist thought when they get this call? Hey, this is Garth Brooks, and I'd like to order 50 dozen roses.
They
and
probably
might
had a
be all
heart
right.
attack.
Yeah.
They probably had a.
Yeah.
But Mom, to me, you know, I've never met Garth Brooks. You know, like you said, some of his stuff I liked, some I wasn't.
Right.
But the man is,
man
to
is
me, is
amazing.
one of the greatest men that I know for what he's done for my mama.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know.
Well, your daddy was, I've been to Butcher Holler. I know what it was like to stand in Butcher Holler and to have the opportunity. Your daddy rescued your mama.
Yeah. Well, I think they rescued each other.
Amazing story to
Yeah.
start with nothing. We've been there. We've been down those little roads. We spent
See
some
my
time with
Uncle
your
Herman?
uncle. Yes, we
Isn't
saw
he
Uncle
awesome?
Herman. He is awesome.
Yeah.
He is awesome. But to start from that and to go to this beautiful farm, this beautiful ranch, it is so amazing. She literally started with nothing, and your daddy, he pushed her a little bit.
His daddy pushed her hard, but you know, when we lived in Washington State, if somebody come knocking at our door, your mama gathered up us 4 kids and we went and hid in the closet.
Really?
She was that shy. She wouldn't,
Wow.
so he had to,
Uh-huh.
push her.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, she'd sit around and sing to us, and he was like, you're as good as anybody on that radio.
Better,
You
better.
know? So you need to sing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it took place. But Daddy always had Mom's back, you know? He run the business. He watched out after her. Plus, he was a farmer. You know, I mean, he farmed. We had 6,500 acres, and he farmed it.
Right.
So,
Now let's talk about the ranch today. We want to encourage people, come to
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane Mills.
yes.
Motocross.
Yes.
We have the motocross
Huge
event in
motocross.
August.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about
We
that?
have, the motocross comes in, they ride all year long to be able to qualify to come to Loretta Lynn's. Because once they come
It's
to
the big
Loretta
deal.
Lynn's, whoever wins, they're pro. The sponsors and stuff are right there. And it's a huge event. We'll have 10,000 people in for that week.
10,000 bologna sandwiches. Can you do that?
Yep,
Sure.
I can do it.
You
We
can.
we did fried corn on the cob. Ever had fried corn on the
Oh,
cob?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I never had until
Wow.
a friend of mine said, you've got to try this.
Uh-huh.
You deep fry it, that's the best corn you'll ever eat.
Now let's talk a little bit about other things to come here for. Horses. A lot of horseback riding.
We have 2 week-long trail rides during the year
Okay.
where we feed them, entertain them for a week solid, and they ride the trails. Then they can come on the weekends to the Wrangler camp and ride their own,
Wow.
on their own. So, and then we have, of course, Mom does 3 concerts a year here.
We've been to 1, 2, 3 a year. Yes, we've done that.
And, I mean, we have a lot of things to offer. The swimming pool, we got the creek, the best fishing, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things to be done.
Talk about bringing it back from the flood. Your mom lost a 1911 bridge. The road washed out.
But I have to say, and I told Mama this, because I still feel like all the loss, we're still blessed. Very.
Oh, yeah.
We all go to our beds at night and sleep.
Right.
There's people in Nashville that won't ever see their own beds again.
That's right.
You know, but what happened, Daddy had what we call a breeding pond for his fish. Well, the road gave away, and therefore the water took all into there and pulled back out. Had that road not gave away, it would have taken Mom's mill, all the shops, museum, it would have wiped us out.
Now, we toured that museum yesterday. Country music history.
Not
Millions.
just that.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at all the presidents. That's
Oh, my
what
gosh.
Mama has sung for Democrat, Republican.
yeah.
It don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
We all put our pants on the same
Right,
way.
right.
She's sung for them all, you know. She's done the USO tours. You know, so many things. I mean, I'm in awe when I walk in
Right.
there, and that's my mom. And it's like, look at the things that she's done, and the doors that she's opened, and the
Oh, yeah.
people. She sung with Pavarotti. Who could sing with Pavarotti? Loretta Lynn.
$10. For $10,
$10.
you get to go in the museum, stay as long as you
18,000
want.
square foot museum.
Amazing
The bus
place.
that was in the movie is
I
in
love
there.
that bus. I
Daddy's
love that
Jeep that was
bus.
in the movie is in there.
Oh, I
Daddy's
love
old
it.
Mack truck is in there. Mom's Cadillac, the Mercedes, Hank Williams Sr.'s bedroom suit's in
Yeah,
there. I mean,
yeah.
you name it. Elvis has
there.
got stuff in there. Cher's got stuff in there. Not just country, rock and roll, you name it.
It is American music history.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if it had been lost,
Uh,
I'd never seen it before. Cece, we've been here time after time after time. We had never gone to the museum until yesterday.
and you can't take it all in one day,
No,
can you?
no, absolutely
Can't
not.
do it.
No, and we want to encourage people. It's $12 to tour Mom's house.
Yes.
And then it's $10
To
for
go
the
in the
museum.
museum.
And then to come here and to hang out with you tonight, talk about that
Exactly.
a little bit.
Well, after Mom's concert, we always try to do something. So we're going to do karaoke for a couple hours tonight.
Uh-huh.
Anybody's welcome to come over, sing, just have fun. You
Yeah.
know, we all
Will
hang
you be
out.
singing here tonight?
Yep, we'll all
Okay.
be here, and we just have fun. It's a good hangout, down home country place. Kick your shoes off, hang out.
Again. But here I am again. Here I never let me down again. But here I am again.
We came to Hurricane Mills to enjoy music by Loretta Lynn, and we have a bonus package in the deal. We're going to get to enjoy a little bit of Patsy Cline, a little bit of Loretta Lynn, a little bit of Kitty Wells, provided by Miss Rebecca Lewis. Now, Rebecca, talk to me a little bit about why you do the women you impersonate, because you do a great job of nailing all of them.
Well, I love to sing all my life, and but like I told you, Patsy's my favorite.
Absolutely.
And I love Loretta. I love her music because she came from where I came from.
And you are a coal miner's daughter?
Yes, I am.
From what part of Kentucky?
Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
Hazard.
A very, very depressed area where I think there's a lot of closeness there, a lot of family ties, and I don't think the people knew that they were poor. Do you think they knew they were poor?
I don't think so.
I think visiting there is something that everybody needs to do, because we took a visit to Eastern Kentucky and it opened my eyes. It absolutely made me feel so blessed.
Well, they're very close though, people. The families.
They don't like intruders and they don't like visitors.
No, they don't.
They don't.
But they love their families.
Yes, yes. Very important. Now, how many times a year will you sing, and who do you pay tribute to? Who are some of the women that you really, really love to sing like?
Patsy, Loretta, Kitty, Connie Smith.
Okay, Connie Smith. She's one we didn't talk about. Is Connie Smith somebody, what is the song you would do from her?
I do Once a Day by Connie, and then I do Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, that was a great one. Who's your favorite out of all the ladies you named? You love Patsy, number one. Who's number two?
Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn, of course. Well, we come to Hurricane Mills several times a year, and you're singing tonight up at the restaurant?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Loretta Lynn's restaurant.
What kind of food do they have?
They have like a smorgasbord.
Okay. And they have great entertainment. You.
Well, thank you.
You. Now, how long is your show?
I think I'm going to sing 3 hours tonight.
Wow, are you kidding me? My goodness. Now, do you have a band?
I do, but I'm not going to have the band tonight. It's just traps.
Okay, all right. And what songs will you do tonight? 3 hours? Honey, you could do it all.
I'm gonna do some by Patsy, of course, Loretta, and all the other ladies that I've mentioned. And me and my husband, we're going to do some gospel.
Okay.
And we always end it with gospel.
And you told me you have some friends who also do impersonations. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes. I've got a guy that sings with me named Daniel Hobbs. He does a great Merle Haggard. Got a guy named Alan Hilbert, sorry. He does George Jones.
Okay.
Terrific George Jones.
Is he a show-up George Jones or a no-show George Jones?
He's a show-up.
Okay.
He will show up.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And the little guy that does Keith Whitley, he's 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he does a terrific Keith Whitley.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. That is awesome.
He plays, a little guitar with his too.
Oh, goodness.
He's terrific.
So now how can folks book you? I think I have your phone number. Is this, now you're out of Kentucky?
Yes.
But you'll travel to Georgia.
I'll travel anywhere that people want to.
Okay. 859-314-2275. Is that right?
Correct.
Get in touch with your husband. What's his name?
Michael Tennis.
Michael. Get in touch with Michael, and there you go. Now, have song, will travel. That's a pretty good thing to do. Is that what you do full time?
Pretty much.
Is it? What a great opportunity. And how long have you been singing?
All my life.
Wow.
Wow.
Did your family sing before you? Did mom or dad stand you up on a piano stool, or you just had it?
No, my parents didn't sing at all.
Wow.
I sing. My daughter sings.
Does she? Is mom as good as you? Is daughter as good as you?
Well, she sings a different variety of music.
Does she?
She sings like rock music, where I sing country. But yeah, she's good.
Now, we talked a little bit about, we've both been to the crash site where Patsy Cline lost her life. What was that like for you, knowing how much you love Patsy Cline?
It was an eerie feeling. I felt sad. And I tried to sing, and I couldn't. I cried.
not much of a tribute to a woman who was the pioneer of women in country music. Yeah, not much of a tribute, and it's kind of sad. We went down and took some footage yesterday, and we took some photos, and it is very depressing. I hope that maybe someday the state of Tennessee will spend some money and spend some time to build maybe a shrine to her, because that's not much of a tribute for the lady who means what she does to country music today.
Well, to me, she was one of the finest singers the country ever known.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And you're going to come join with us live at ETC. We promise you, you will get to hear Rebecca in person in the near future.
It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels.
Okay, now Patsy, your favorite.
Which, my favorite. Well, my favorite, I don't have the music for it. It was an old Patty Page number. You Belong to Me.
Wow.
Do you remember it?
No, I don't.
It goes, see the pyramids
I love
along the Nile. Watch the sunset on a tropic isle.
Love that song. Love that song. Okay, if we opened your car door today, what song would be on your CD player?
If you open up my car door today, probably Walking After Midnight.
Okay. Can you sing a little bit of that?
Yep. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you.
A shovel coal to make a poor man's dollar. Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter. In a shovel coal to make a poor man's dollar. My daddy worked all night in the Bandler coal mines.
Talk about your cooking. We did potato salad, coleslaw that's very different from any I've ever
Sweet
seen.
and sour coleslaw.
And a corn relish that
I
was
love
so good.
that.
A little bit hot, a little bit spicy.
A little spicy.
little
I'm
bit
all spicy. My daughter says I can't cook without making it spicy.
It was awesome. And a
I'm married to a Texan. I
Okay,
have to
that
be
explains
spicy.
it. Yeah. And a southwestern chicken salad. I was going to tell you, we got some of that. Now, where'd you come up with that idea?
My daughter actually found that recipe for me.
Okay.
And of course I never follow a recipe. I can't, it's not in me.
I don't measure.
I
Can't
don't,
measure.
well, for me, it's just like, I'll cook what I like. And if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it,
Right.
but that's the way I cook.
That's right.
And my daddy was that way. My daddy was the cook of our family. And
A
he
good
never,
cook?
oh, my daddy was an excellent cook.
Wow, where did he learn to cook?
He'd get all these cookbooks out and his glasses on, and he'd take a little bit of this, that, and throw it in together.
Oh,
and that.
wow.
And I'm that way.
Uh-huh.
Because my daughter will bring me recipes, and then I change them. And she says, you can't follow a recipe. I said, no, I can't.
No.
You know.
No. Sounds like me.
Yeah.
Sounds like me. Okay, let's encourage people. You're open year-round.
Yes.
Betty Sue's open from April until November.
About October, when it starts getting cold, she
Okay.
closes.
Okay, the motocross is here in August.
August.
The concerts are 3 times a year.
Yes, we have another one in September.
Okay.
And so they can come out September.
Cissie Lynn has a new CD coming out.
I
Can we
do.
talk about that?
The new CD is going to be all Mom's old songs, and I'm talking old songs in the 60s, songs that were some of them album fillers that people they'll remember them when I start singing them. And Mom's producing it and going to sing backup on it for me.
Who's your backup singer? Let's see. Oh, it's
The
Loretta
best in the
Lynn.
business. Yay!
Yay, yay.
And also, my husband, she's producing his new CD.
Okay.
And him and her are going to do a song on his together also. And Mom's never produced anybody else's.
Tell us what John sounds like. What can we expect?
Well,
when
I
we
can
hear
tell
him?
you what let me put it in Mom's words. John does, usually on Mom's show, she always wants him to do George Jones. And she says John sings Jones better than Jones sings Jones.
We've heard him do that. We have heard him do that.
He's a great
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
He is a great singer. And
This
great
is a great
entertainer.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, tonight when you come over here and you sing for an hour or so, will folks from the concert know to come here? Do
I'm
you
gonna
announce
tell them on
it? Okay,
stage.
okay, good.
They'll know it when I get done.
We knew it by trial and error because we heard
Right.
you over there one night.
Right. Yeah, I usually will get up and tell everybody, you know, all right, come on, let's move over to the music barn now. We got 2 hours before we have to shut down.
Right, and you close at midnight?
We have to close at midnight by law, or we'll all be going down here and visiting
They're
the
very
jail.
arrested. Now let's talk about the campsites, because we've been here since Thursday. We have full hookup.
Right.
Our motorhome's huge, and it fit perfectly.
Yes.
It was great.
Yes.
There's some cabins available.
Cabins available down in the lower. They can, if they want to get closer to the creek, there's sites down there.
Right.
Tent camping's all down on the creek, you know.
You know, my idea of camping is the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, and it's for me, roughing it is at a Holiday Inn with no room service.
This is my kind of girl. This is my kind of girl. You are a hard-working lady.
I like to work.
You great
good for the
work
soul.
ethics from Mom and from Dad.
Yeah, good for the
When
soul.
I came in today, you're filling orders, taking care of people. Is your
yeah.
daughter working in the store too?
Well, she just comes. Normally she takes off from her job to come and help us during events, and so that's what she does. You know, I'm blessed. I have wonderful, wonderful children. They both are workaholics too. So.
Now, 3 times a year the concert happens here. When Mom's not here, who else can we find singing at the concert
We've had
hall?
Ronnie McDowell, we've had George Jones, we've had Trace Atkins, we've had T. Graham Brown, we've had Confederate Railroad. I mean, we had Tammy, you know, Crystal Gale.
Right.
You never can tell.
Do folks have to go to the website to find out what's
Yes,
going on?
they do.
Okay.
Need to go to lorettalynn.com.
Okay. Does Cissie have a website?
Well, yeah, I'm hardly ever on there because I don't really have them, and I'm really not real smart on computers.
Okay.
You know. I got a little bit of old school in me.
But she's a great cook.
I am a
She's
great
cook. So, yeah, you're a
Yeah.
great cook. Well, you're a wonderful lady, and it's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you and
Thank
spending
you.
time with you. We hope we have encouraged 100,000 folks
I
to
hope
come and
we have
visit
too.
you. Now, you can also do tour bus guides,
Yes.
and they can call ahead, and you could prepare a meal
Oh
for
yeah,
them.
yes,
Is that right?
yes, we do a meal and a show.
Okay. Can we give the phone number for Sissie's
Yes,
store? What
yes.
is it?
931-296-2275.
There you go. Don't forget, we are visiting Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. This is like our 3rd trip this year, guys. It's about 290 miles for us. It's about 350 miles from Atlanta. It is a great, great trip, interstate all the way, or do what we do and do the back roads.
Yes.
You will learn so much about Tennessee by traveling the back roads.
Yes.
Get yourself a GPS and don't pay attention to that woman in the box. Just do what you feel right about, as long as you land in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee.